that when he starts winning, events start flowing in his favor. He becomes even more confident. Luck starts depreciating on the side of his opponent. In black ball rules, after a scratch, after a foul, on the break, the first shot is a free shot. It doesn't determine which color of balls either of the players plays. It doesn't close the table. Caesar seemingly going for the yellows here because they are 6 but all in perfect space compared to the 5 reds, one of which is frozen against that cushion. He closes the table. He's playing with the yellows with white ball to put either of the 3 closest to the white, most likely to the center pocket now on the right. He is still 2 down. He is now 4 yellows on to go. This one shouldn't be a big problem for a player of this level. At the age of only 24, just 24, and yet such a star already, not just in his home country of Uganda. For Uganda, he has gained stardom all throughout the country. Outside of the major sports like football and athletics, for some of the sports like billiards, he is one of the most popular sportsmen now in the entire country. An internet sensation of the continent who has played many matches and has entertained in Kampala and Masaka and Jinja and Gulu, crossing over to Tanzania in Dar es Salaam, also in Nairobi in Kenya, to Southern Africa in Lusaka and Zimbabwe and Johannesburg, and yet even in North Africa where he's just returned from Morocco, playing many matches and tournaments in Rabat and Riyadh and Marrakesh. Now on to yellows. 1 to the corner pocket on the bottom left of your screen, with white ball rolling naturally for him to get the second to the center pocket on the left. He will need a little English on the white ball to get a good one on the black, which he does easily and calmly but effortlessly. Now aiming for the black to the corner pocket bottom left of your screen, which no doubt he will do even with his eyes closed. He sinks the black in. It is 3 for Caesar, 2 of them 1 with 1 visit of the table, and 4 for Hazard in a race to 21. From where I'm watching also, nice looking stream this one is. Nice looking table, serious looking players, respectable money at stake. How many times do you have chance to get $2,000 in 3 hours, actually 4 hours? This is the opportunity these guys have, as long as either of them is the first to 21. And yet even the loser will get the big reward of $1,000 for the 2 guys they have beaten in this competition, where they've had no penny to pay for registration, for accommodation, for meals, all courtesy of the Advanced Talent Agency. Our umpire is Henry Joko, an umpire of the Police Station of Uganda for the last 15 years and still going strong, a former player in himself with the team in the pool league that was called Afro Pool Club. And as for Hazard, one of the better players that have graced Ugandan pool for the last 8 years, ever since he became a renowned player in 2015 as a very young boy. I will call him a boy at the time. A player with both pool club in the league that became so stubborn enough to start inviting the entire country of Uganda to many matches, beating the most of them. I do remember him taking down Alfred Gumekiriza, the guy that was called the Black Sheep at the time, Sula Matovu, then national champion Fahad Sewankambo. Ibrahim Sejemba, Simon Lubola, the computer, amongst others, Ivan Kanyesi, Bukenya Uthman. Those were the best players at the time in what was called the Hazard Tour of Uganda. And when it became so successful, catching the attention of the social media, he then extended the tour from Uganda, Kampala, to Nairobi in Kenya, where he also had many matches with the might of the Kenyan players of the day: Fred Crash Karanja, John Chalo, Henry Mwangi, Ben Kangangi, beating all of them and returning to the country with performances that preempted the technical committee of Uganda's national pool team later in 2016 to invite him to national team selection trials, which he also passed with flying colors. He got a call-up to the national team that was meant to host the All-Africa Pool Championships on home soil in 2016, and he was such a success because he was part of the team that won Uganda's one and only All-Africa Pool title as they defeated South Africa in the final. Since then, he has never slowed down. He has played the game, won comp after comp in his country. He has also been across the border in Kenya. He has also played in the World Blackball Championships in Johannesburg, South Africa. He was also the first Ugandan ever to participate in the World Chinese 8-ball Championships, right now called Heibo, in 2018. Nowadays, on return to the country, he is a player with the Roxbury Pool Club, but he was also part of the league-winning team of the current champions, Mbale Pool Club. This year alone, he has won 9. It is 7 comps plus 5 battles in terms of money matches, and in those matches, on 5 occasions, his victim in the finals has been his current opponent in Caesar. That is the weight of the guy that Caesar is up against. And as the Scorpion, as Caesar is called, is being treated to a slow-paced tactical game from Hazard, we will be reminded of his prowess at home and abroad. As young as he is, already, without a shadow of a doubt, nowadays the most popular billiards player that the continent of Africa has got today. First Ugandan ever to play semi-professional pool when he was signed with Sharks Pool Club in the Zambian Pool League in 2020. Returning in the country in 2022 to join Upper Volta Pool Club. Besides his club engagements, since then he is now on 40 weekly, monthly, official and international tournaments of the Pool Association of Uganda, of individually organized event organizers, as well as international events like Queen's Sports Club Double Elimination Competition. Right now, ranked Uganda's #1 and current national champion. He is also, because of the numbers that guy draws when his games are streamed on the internet, the ambassador of Joy Heibo Tables is the Joy brand superstar of Africa, of course, together with South Africa's Jason Theron. Now Hazard has chance to roll that one and only red ball on the table to the corner pocket on the top right of your screen, either direct or off scissors yellow, which makes the pocket actually bigger. He gets the pot, white ball opens up the black even more. He has chance to put that black ball to the corner pocket closest to your screen again on the left. I like to emphasize that the pocket becomes bigger with the presence of scissors yellow at that pocket. Hazard is on target. His fans are starting to get re-energized. The atmosphere starts to get deafening on the Hazard perspective. The Caesar fans will remain hopeful. They will be mindful that he always has a good and mighty comeback. As Hazard extends his lead, it is now 5 for Hazard and 3 for Caesar in a race to 21. And yet the guy in the lead is the guy on the break. This match is one that could take us the whole distance. Normally, for most of the money matches that Caesar has been participating in, and you're listening to a guy that has been streaming about 80 to 90% of them, he has been the guy in the lead at the start. Against Mansour, against Ibra, against Computer, against Kasozi, against Hazard himself in the full race, against Aiden, against Jerry, against Maluva, against Eshka, against everyone that he has been playing with, he has been having the better start. He runs out of the blocks so fast and bullies his opponents. And one of them, a fellow top player in Bola Simon, the guy that is nicknamed the Computer, wasn't able to have any answer when Caesar won the first 7, 8, 9 games. A race that ended 21-2, the biggest drubbing that has been seen in Ugandan pool up to present date. Actually, it's only 2 players that have gotten the better of him at the start of the matches. One at home was Maluva, the other away from home was Jerry in Johannesburg. Now on the yellows. He always has that X factor Caesar in his matches, something little more unique compared to his opponents, which always, most of the time, gets him past. I am not so sure he wanted to move the white ball that whole distance. Right, he needs a sharp cut of the red ball, connecting red to try and occupy that corner pocket. Now on the top left of the screen, there is the pot. He didn't manage to pot his yellow, his red off the yellow, but has another opportunity to produce another shot of the same effect. Use red off the yellow, remove the yellow from the pocket and open the pocket up once and for good, which he does. In the same shot, potting another yellow, which by black ball rules will not be an issue. Another relatively hard shot to pot and open up the black. He does so. The only problem is that now his red ball seems to be in a position he wouldn't really fancy himself potting. Maybe by bank shot by double. Maybe starting with the top red first, which he is deciding to do. Has to be on target, but with very good movement of the cue ball. That is the target. White ball bounces off one cushion. Is it going to the pocket? No, but he is unfortunately snookered. Hazard can finally breathe. Playing white ball off the cushion. Finds the red and pots it. My goodness. Is this the X factor that I was talking about? How are you even able to come off the table when you're playing this guy, when he is in trouble and recovers in such a way? And how much will he make us used to these kinds of shots? May he need another here? I'm not seeing any straight shot, maybe sharp cut, maybe double. Off the cushion, maybe off the yellow. Goes for the back shot and misses. A sigh of relief from Hazard. How about if we had another look at this one? Off the cushion. Yes, onto the red in very fast motion. And yet it was all calculated as a shot. Hazard will play snooker here, and it is an effective snooker. You just have a feeling that whether or not Caesar now finds the black, he will be leaving dangerously unless he does a repeat of what he has already done in this match. Come off the cushion, find his ball, and somehow get to pot it. Otherwise, Hazard's yellow game is a game of 6 balls, all in space as long as he has white to pot one. And yet Caesar finds the black. Since he doesn't pot it, This one will be advantage. Hazard. Actual name, by the way, is Azali, as in Azali. Hazard is just a nickname. When he became renowned as a player, when he was coming back, as I was narrating his story, there was that footballer in the English team, Leicester City, who was called, the Belgian footballer that was called Eden Hazard. And because the pronunciation is a little bit similar, his fans just gave him the name Hazard. Nowadays, much more mature as a player, with very annoying off-the-table antics when you are not his fans, which are very good to look at when you are his fan, which are not so bad for the sport when you are neutral, by the way. This one, he cannot miss. He has made us so accustomed to Hazard. He could try with he could start with either of the two yellows first. He normally likes to bounce the white ball off one cushion like that, having it in proper space. It didn't move leftwards enough, but I don't think it will be a big issue. He may have a repeat of the same shot, or better still, play the white ball off two cushions. It's a repeat of the same shot, but plays it even better in gliding and entertaining fashion with a big spin on it. A shot he has made us so accustomed to Hazard. Did that twice yesterday against Jerry. For now, he extends his lead on Caesar after 9 frames played to 3. Hazard 6, Caesar 3, rest to 21. This is testament of a local rivalry, but with a very big international feel to it. And now, the break is for the Scorpion. He really needs to make sure that at least they go into the first break of the match with himself only 2 games down. Will he pot a ball on the break? It is a dry break. When it is players of this level against each other, sometimes the difference between victory and defeat could be only and only and only the break. Caesar will use his towel to comfort himself at his seat as Hazard hopes to have a reverse dish here. He has been through all situations, Hazard. His biggest defeat of his career so far has been against his opponent of the day in Caesar. In November last year, at Uganda's biggest pool party, the Nile Special National Open Pool Championship, the National Open, the car competition, when it reached the final stage, these two players did the face off. And in a race to 9, Caesar overcame Hazard. The one and only time that I have ever seen this brave guy who is talking on table shedding tears of pain and hurt and loss and grief, to the effect that his management team, the Dice family, did give him a big consolation because they thought he was crying for the car that Caesar had won on him. They bought him a car which he is driving, which he is parking outside this venue today. That's why this sport, I like to call it a gift that keeps on giving. Now here he is again, Hazard on the Reds. 4 of them, 3 in perfect space, 1 of them not so much. But the guy that is on table is more than able to turn a bad game into good in one moment. He has his mind as he cues on the red ball near the center pocket on the right of your screen. That is the white ball to try and get an angle to play it, better still to pot it. I'm not so sure that he can see it enough to pot it. Maybe he'll have to start with the run on the one on the center pocket. Actually, he knows, seems he can see it, and with this angle, yes, he can. On target, no. Not on target. And the way Caesar did jump off his chair after that opportunity given. He knows the importance of winning the last frame before the break. It is a morale booster. It is a momentum riser. It is a psychological edge. But it is an increase in the scores. Now, with 5 yellows, all positioned in perfect space. Remember, a shot in this match is being taken for not more than 45 seconds. After 35 of which, the clock starts beeping irritatingly in the player's ears. And after the elapse of 45 seconds, the player who wouldn't have played in their turn commits a time foul, which is punishable by 2 visits. But besides the free shot and the break which rewards to the opponent, they get to receive a warning, caution, which if they get again in the same match, they will lose the would be ongoing frame. But the ongoing frame right now is the last before the first break of the match, in which the Scorpion is on 1 yellow and a black, with that Scorpion stance of his, as he pots and gets a pretty much accurate white for the black ball, which will be the last in the first session of this frame. And there goes Caesar. While he is down, he is not out. After 10 frames, it is Hazard 6 and Caesar 4. The umpire will want to ask to know from the players if they are willing to have timeout. If they say yes,
6-4. 6-4 in favor of Rugoma Hazard.
they seem to remain rooted on their seats. Yes, it is the first time out of the match as Hazard has his first walk, gallant walk off the table. We return when the match returns.
Former tournament director
As we resume, the score is 6 for the Truth and 4 for the Scorpion in a race to 21, $2,000 for the winner. The loser will not be an entire loser because they will have gotten second place out of 8, which comes with $1,000. There is also $500 for the guy that came third, who is South Africa's Jeremiah Naito. And what a first session, the first 10 games that we did have. It started so slow, and yet the match started gaining momentum as the players started to become braver and braver and braver, giving us the lovely clearances and one-visit clearances, the good shots, the spins, the visits. As the crowd got lifted as the game grew bigger and bigger and bigger. Now the second segment seems to have started at the same speed as the first. But believe you me, after this frame, maybe the next, maybe the other, you start seeing the drama that you did see when this match just started. I just want to think that both of these players, the way they normally act when they are in timeout, Caesar just likes to have just a good time with his friends, speaking about nothing involving the game. Just having a good time, relaxing, maybe smiling, maybe talking about a very lovely story, nothing to do with the game, just such that he can come to the game without any nerves. Unlike Hazard, who likes to talk to friends or members of his management team about where it could have gone wrong, what he was doing right, and where he can improve. Normally that's how they use their time out. Okay, the few times that I have seen them and listened to them during time out. Now, on 3 raids is Caesar needing this big shot. Pot red ball diagonally to the corner pocket, top right, right ball opening up the other two. He does the opening, but the pot is off. Friday the 8th of November today will be so memorable in Uganda's billiards history, historically and for the right reasons. First all-time international 8-man competition hosted in the country. And the Ugandans will be uploading the fact that they have gotten an all-Ugandan final. The fact that it has ended up in a local rivalry, even though some of the better players on the continent have been in participation, including Tanzania's Saif Hamad, South Africa's Ganda Ganda, Zimbabwe's Malvan Mkonza, but it is Hazard of Uganda who once again extended his lead. At the resumption of the match, it seems the timeout was more effective for himself than for Caesar. After 11 frames, it is Hazard 7 and Caesar 4. those matches when as a player it is not moving well for you whatsoever. That is exactly the situation which Caesar is in at the moment. One thing that I can tell you, in a race to 21, he has lost to a Ugandan player in his career only once. In a long race. Only 1 month ago, the last of the matches of the trilogy between himself and Ibrahim Sejemba. It is the only time that he has ever lost in a long race with no head start given to any Ugandan player. What Hazard is trying to do, he's trying to become the second, maybe even the first, because his defeat to Caesar in the trilogy was pretty much a victory confirmed, because there were 3 sessions of matches in which Caesar had won the first 2, and while he lost the last one, he is pretty much considered a winner because he had won 2, and Ibra's one would only be a consolation. Now he has 3 yellows, seeming to play drop back. White ball moving towards the right of your screen, towards that center pocket. That one will be okay. Now this is the time that he normally shows us the other side of his game. Big boom movement of the white ball. He plays it more normal than I did expect. Nonetheless, with the same consequence, having himself good white ball for the last yellow, which will be rolling to the corner pocket on now the top left of your screen. The pot is on. White ball bounces off 2 cushions and in position for him to pot it maybe to the corner pocket on the bottom right, maybe to the center pocket on the right. Either way, it is somewhat a level of difficulty. Nonetheless, a big possibility, most especially that corner pocket now on the top right. He will have to take his time and calm himself down. And there he aims and targets and imagines and pots. Hazard 8, Caesar 4.
Planning on solving that with a bank shot. Not an easy bank shot though, from where I stand. Bit of a tricky angle, but these are the big guns. And he pots it with ease. Well done, well played, Hazard. That shot made me smile. I'm impressed. Great play here. As he further extends his lead, 9-4 it is. He's cruising off, cruising away, 13 frames down. In 13 frames already in no time. Feels a lot less. Hope you're having fun like I am. Time flies when you're having fun. I'm thoroughly enjoying this. Definitely enjoying the action. Some edge off your seat kind of things. Awesome. Alright, frame number 14. Caesar breaks here. He's gunning for those yellows. I tip him to try and go for a break and dish here.
Apologies, a little bit of an issue in the connection with Priscilla. The match, however, is still connected in favor of Hazard.
But still, he can continue on. Very well played. He simplified it all. Looks simple enough now. Bottom left corner pocket, then center pocket. Working his way up to the top. And towards the black. One ball at a time. I love the composure. He's trailing, but still full of confidence. Likely to try first.
That one is one of the moments when Caesar produces a little bit of magic when on The last time that I remember Caesar being down 4 games, maybe the last 2 or 3 times down 4 games in a race to 21. One of them was 3 months ago at Dice Lounge, Hazard's own home venue, but Caesar's opponent was Malvan Mukonza. It was a race to 21 for $1,000, although Caesar found a way to win that match. The other time, when he was down this big, was against Jerry. Twice in too many matches earlier this year in Johannesburg, both of which ended in defeat. Otherwise, outside that, while the Scorpion is down 9-4, there is that little bit of elephant in the room, maybe in Hazard's head as well, that he's up against the guy that has the best money match record on the continent. More than 10 money matches won in Uganda last 1.5 years or so. Money matches won all in quick succession in Nairobi and Dar es Salaam, and majority of money matches in Johannesburg and Marrakesh and Riyadh. Hazard, having gotten himself snookered, will be wanting to find his black off the cushion, off the angle. Umpire Henry Juko takes chance, takes time to talk to the fans that their noise may get to interfere with the players' concentration. And the message seems to have reached home. Hazard is also trying to take some time to ask for his management team for some water, well-deserved water. Some discussion between Caesar and Hazard, between Caesar and the umpire. I just don't get it exactly what. All right, just been inquiring from the officials about the interpretation of the international black ball rules. It was as to whether Hazard had committed a time foul, taking too much time trying to find the angle. The umpire did make an explanation, is that when the player notifies to the umpire that he is snookered, the time is reset to 45 seconds. Now the umpire will take some time because even Caesar is not contented. I think he wanted to get a foul, to get a free shot and a visit before Hazard
Somebody's
played his shot.
But he has snookered himself. During his shot, during the last shot he took, he snookered himself. So he takes that time to like look around. But until when he asked for the cushion, that time is played back because it's what Caesar asked, and because us who were counting that time before, as in the 45 seconds will count, even when the white has gone here. Someone can take like 10 minutes without picking it, then you fix it and you rewind the time. It is the same thing here. You cannot rewind if someone has not yet asked for the cushion. When he asks for the cushion is when they rewind. That is it.
The explanation of the umpire to the crowd, because it had become an issue, is like it is only
guys. Umpire, thank you for the clarity, guys.
When there is agreement between the umpire and the player that the incoming player is snookered, the time is counted afresh. It is what was causing confusion between Caesar, who thought that before Hazard tried to find the angle for his ball, he had already fouled, because to him the 45 seconds had elapsed. The umpire had made an explanation that at the time Hazard said, "Umpire, I'm snookered, I want to find the cushion," the time is restarted. The 45 seconds are restarted. Nonetheless, in the resulting visit, Caesar ensures that it is the same result as he would have loved to do it, as he puts the black off the free shot and the visit, winning a 6th out of 15. Hazard 9, Caesar 6.
Meanwhile, to our visitors and customers, please, let's respect the security when doing their work, please. let's respect the security. Thank you. Okay, midnight number please. MBA 167 Sophia.
As we start what I will call session 3, we have just witnessed somewhat of a comeback from Caesar. After going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 games down in this match, in some kind of way, that beast mode of his did come up from around the 16th game of this match. To the effect that now it is Hazard that was the hunter being turned into the hunted. He's now having to run after Caesar to try and play catch up when Caesar did try to play catch up, and he did so successfully. But this match is not over. While Hazard is down, there's no shade of a doubt that he has more than the ability it requires to win a game, a frame, and another, and another, and another, to try and win himself this match, in which case winning this match would mean winning himself this tournament. Some discussion between Caesar and the umpire, as if Caesar is snookered. No, he's just trying to discuss with the umpire that the yellow ball he's playing is not frozen against the cushion. That makes the shot he has just played. Oops. Actually, the umpire did declare initially that the ball was frozen, and Caesar played off the cushion after the white ball contacting the yellow ball. No other ball contacted any other cushion besides no ball was potted, and in black ball rules, that is a foul. Hazard with a free shot and a visit. Now on 5 reds. Not so many opportunities to try and win a frame in such a tough race. When 2 shots come out almost as a gift, a little bit of complacency in that shot by Caesar. Very seldom does Caesar get complacent in finals of competitions. Actually, he plays his best games the closer he gets to the money. And yes, he has been playing so well, especially since the resumption after the first break. For now, he is leading, but his lead is about to cut short to 1. Now Hazard on 2 reds. With some bit of an angle on the red ball he's playing right now, drawing the white ball backwards, moving it towards the top end of the table, right around the midpoint of the table. That one will do. Probably another shot. A little bit similar. Now drawing it backwards with backspin, moving rightwards, just like that, for him to put that black ball to the corner pocket on the right of your screen, either direct or off the yellow, but a direct shot will do, and he will never ever miss from this kind of range, as he puts now to also get himself within 1 game of Caesar in double figures for the first time in the match, after going about 6-3 up. Now he is still playing catch up. Hazard pulls one back but still down 11-10. 21 frames played out of a possible 41. We are officially past the halfway mark, whether or not we are to play a full race or not. And while the microphones we are using are protected and well filtered from background noise, I am sure that you can hear from where you're watching that the atmosphere is a little bit deafening, even in the commentary area. We are almost having fans standing on top of our heads, barely anywhere to watch from. I'm not sure which country in Africa is the most crazy about this sport. What I'm sure of that Uganda is one of them. There's also a lot of pool craze in Zimbabwe, by the way. Kenya, yes, lots of pool craze. When I did visit that country for a few tournaments in the last few years, they are just missing a little bit of star attraction, star performers in among their own. The atmosphere that I did see at the OIDC in Zambia in 2022 at the All Africa Pool Championships was very breathtaking. Just that when they organize competitions like this one in the country, it is not as phenomenal as you see here. And while the guys at the venue who are in a few hundreds and have filled up the venue to capacity have paid, they can barely fit in. A VIP section which is full to capacity, and those who are in stands are simply standing on the top of each other's heads. But Caesar is trying to shoot right now on the top of himself. With now only 3 yellows to go, there's no shadow of a doubt as to which will be the result of his current visit over the table. It is him regaining his 2-game cushion, which he had before we went into the half-time break. Playing for himself, also for the organizing committee, which is in any way his own management team. With that kind of year, about 4 years in the country, 4 days in the country, having returned from Morocco where he was participating in Ultimate Pool and the All Africa Hebo Championships, as well as a number of money matches in the country. He extends his lead again to 12 as compared to Hazard's 10.
10-12 in favor of Caesar.
If I can try to compare this, what is happening maybe in to other sports like football, how about a CAF Champions League final between Mamelodi Sundowns and Kaizer Chiefs? Teams from the same country but meeting in the final of a continental event. That is what Ugandans are being treated to here. It's a local derby with beef between the two sets of fans who don't want to see eye to eye, but yet they are playing for somewhat a continental crown. Now Hazard to break. Needs a big break, needs a comeback, needs to be on the top of his game. He has potted 1 yellow ball on the break and leaves a very open yellow game. 3 yellows potted, 4 others positioned perfectly well. His only issue is the fact that his black ball is touching Caesar's red at near that center pocket on the right. Outside of that, you don't need to be a top player to pot your own color of balls. He will want to pot the yellow ball he's looking at right now. White ball bouncing off the cushion with the right spin on it, opening up the other black ball, which he doesn't do exactly. And you wouldn't blame him so much because it was always risky, because the first thing he has to think of is to close the table. Pot the yellow, play the better color of balls. Caesar will be waiting, hoping that Hazard makes a failure of this clearance, most especially considering the position of the black. I'm starting to imagine the pattern that Hazard must be having to try and win. Maybe just roll the white ball, white bouncing off the cushion slightly. Plays it a little bit arrogantly, but fashionably. My idea was that he moves the white ball just a little bit rightwards, try and pot to maybe the center pocket having Nacho White to open up the black. This one is the harder of the shots he'll be having in the tournament, in the match. He actually plays his white ball enough only to grant him somewhat a chance, which will be half a chance to pot that black ball. Maybe the only available shot is by banking it to the corner pocket in a double off the cushion to the corner pocket now on the top left of your screen. There he goes, he misses, and misses it maybe entirely, and will not be happy with himself whatsoever with that kind of shooting. It was always risky as long as he fancied himself trying to finish the game, leaving the black ball undisturbed and playing the black ball direct instead of trying to open it up when playing his sequence of yellows. Sometimes risks pay off, sometimes they don't, and Hazard is in trouble. If he lets Caesar's lead grow, maybe from 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 or something, then Hazard will start leading so dangerously. Because while he knows it, he is up against the best long racer in terms of statistics on the African continent. Having conquered in long races Uganda and Kenya and Tanzania and Zambia and Zimbabwe, South Africa, and even as far as Morocco, having taken down the best player in the country in a long race just 1.5 weeks ago, here is Caesar, again up against the black, with one visit of Hazard and also one visit of Caesar. Hazard's one visit was unsuccessful, Caesar's was successful. He extends his lead after 23 games to 13 as compared to the 10 of Hazard. The race, once again, is 21. 7 to go for Caesar, 11 to go for Hazard, out of the whole of 18 games to go. Caesar's stubborn fans are counting from number 41 to 40, just to make themselves happy as they sip down the beer, but also to try and enjoy the fans of Hazard as umpire Henry Joko racks frame number 24. Again the Scorpion to break. There goes the break. Seems loading like a dry break and a dry break. It is not, because one yellow ball has been potted. The Reds seem to be slightly better, maybe much better. Caesar's problem is that his easiest attempt to try and pot a red ball will be using yellow to pot that red. He changes his mind, goes for the center pocket where there is a red ball potable on the left. This one will definitely not be missing. White ball bouncing off the cushion, traveling the length of the table, bouncing into the midpoint of the table. He has now 2 other reds to try and put to the center pocket on the left. There are 2 other reds towards the corner pocket on the top left, and then 2 other reds towards the corner pocket on the bottom right. It is all about concentration and potting and cue ball manipulation, something that Caesar is so good at. The red ball he has just spotted is supposed to be the worst looking of all the 5 that were on table before the last shot. He is now on a clearer path to try and increase his lead to 4, to try and extend further away from Hazard. He is a guy, Hazard, that Caesar likes to beat, because he doesn't consider him, he considers him a very good player, but not a very good sportsman, and for the good reason. Up against the black for yet another time. Since the resumption of this match after the halftime break, we are seeing the 3rd straight single visit clearance of the match that is now turning into a world-class performance from both of the players, with one of them edging out the other with a difference of 4 games out of 24. Caesar 14, Hazard 10. it is starting to look more jittery, but tricky and ugly for Hazard. He must start winning. One of the worst opponents you can ever have, going down with a number of games on them on the continent, is his current opponent. And yes, while there is money at stake, this is one of the comps when, as a player, your first thing on your mind is beat the guy in front of you, win this competition, make a statement. A game between Caesar and Hazard will be hardly contested, even when it were not a final, even when there were no $2,000 to contest for, even when there are no hundreds of fans at the venue and online looking up to this game. How about a race to 21 when it is not a money match but a comp final? With now 2 yellows, Caesar, and a black ball that is pretty much near frozen against the cushion, but could be rolled to the corner pocket on the bottom left. A simple tap of that yellow ball, Caesar using Hazard's red as support to the movement of his white ball. Will now roll that yellow ball, white ball moving a little bit more rightwards. He made it look a little bit harder than it actually was, but for Caesar, a formality of a one visit clearance will be putting that black ball definitely either direct or off the red with the same result. He goes for direct shot and puts the black. It is a 4th in a row. After Hazard came from that resumption of the game from the halftime break, he won frame number 21, which was a 10th for himself. The remaining 4 have all gone the way of Caesar, who now leads 15 to 10. Now that is a void break. When I get a chance to interpret the rules, I do utilize it with all I can. When the black ball is potted on the break, the same player gets to break the same frame with no result. It is irrespective of whether they would have potted a ball of any color on the break, be it red or yellow or white. Even if the white or any other ball would have fallen off the table, even if there were balls crossing the imaginary center of the table, it would be insignificant as long as black ball is potted on the break. In this case, it is Caesar to re-break the same frame with the scores and change to frame 26. Caesar to break. Needs a mighty break. A mighty break he does. Very good split of the balls. And unfortunately for him, there is no ball potted. A dry break, at least for Hazard, a chance. There's one guy, Hazard, that sometimes knows even how to play against the crowd. This time it's not really working out. He knows how to annoy them and keep them silent and rooted down by doing those off-table antics that annoy them and just keep them quarreling from amongst the stands with nothing to do on him. But it normally works when the scores are going in his favor. He needs all the experience he has gotten for the last 9 years he has been as a brilliant regional player, now a continental powerhouse. And yet, even one of the simplest of the shots, Hazard has gotten off target. A sign of confidence that has been drained out of him by a guy that has grabbed the bull by the horn, especially in the last 45 minutes or so.
Come on, Lighty. Come on, Caesar, man. Come on.
For himself, Caesar plays for his hometown in Lira, where they are watching from the Hive, and they have seen a short video of them casting this historical video on their giant screen, where they must be watching in prayer in Gulu at Black Sports. As he continues to glide in motion, having himself white ball touching Hazard's red, I'm not so sure. He will be playing comfortably here. Has to take time, which is also running. Yes, 15 of his 45 seconds have been taken through imagination. He will be wary of the rules. He will be having to play the safest available shot, the one and only yellow ball that he can see clearly, which he simply taps to prevent a foul. We'll be counting Caesar on the fact that one of Hazard's reds is touching that black ball towards that center pocket on the right. The second event that is being streamed by the Advanced Talent Agency with players as direct beneficiaries. One thing I can assure you is that the budget at which this tournament is coming to you is unbelievably big. That, in my opinion, it doesn't make sense at all for some of the folks who look at this as merely a business adventure by the agency. The beneficiaries of this competition are the players who are gaining the exposure, the experience, the accolades, but most importantly, money, without investing any penny in a competition for the very first time. Caesar is only returning for 5 days now in the country from Morocco, where he did spend a full month together with Rashid Ouagaba, only to find a tournament where he didn't pay single registration fees, with other players who have been his opponents in this competition, against whom they are competing for $3,500 only, all of that money as sponsorship, and yet many of them have been fully facilitated with return air tickets to and from home, well fed, well accommodated, and well moved, also well paid. But for Caesar, he has to play well played. He is normally not shy of magical shots. I like to see him in some kind of trouble because he delivers when it's time to deliver. Trying to play yellow, white ball, opening up the black, doesn't need even to open up the black because he knows that black ball is portable off one of the reds near that center pocket. On closest to your screen, it is a shot on target. Fans are celebrating it as if it is a 21st frame one by Caesar. And after 26 frames, it is Caesar 16 and Hazard 10, as we try to look out for my colleague Priscilla Chisoro.
Hazard 10, Caesar Chandigarh 16. short focus, please. When Hazard is on the ball, guys, let's keep silence, please. Scores. Rukoma Hazard 11, Chandega Caesar 17. This is 21.
Hitch in the connection to Priscilla. The match does proceed with Caesar in the lead, but with Hazard at least having won the previously concluded frame. He is down, Hazard, but not out. With a chance, or call it half a chance. Still having the fight in him, sometimes even still having the guts to talk to the fans, some of whom are Caesar's fans, to let him concentrate more as he plays. Caesar be potting or once again playing defensive. He gets to pot a ball. I think his intention is now to play snooker. Play that white ball just a little on the tail ball, as you can see. He allows Hazard no sight of any of his reds. At least Hazard gets not to foul. But welcome to this experience. having this kind of ultimate pool style streaming of the sport for the very first time in sub-Saharan Africa. Also the second ever in Africa, the first being the first time that we did have an ultimate pool having a stop in Africa, in Marrakesh, Morocco, earlier last month. That was some kind of a game opening shot from Caesar, which he didn't get completely right. He will be fancying himself Caesar. Even with this relatively bad yellow game, to try and make something out of it. Oops, there was space that I wasn't really seeing between that red ball and the jaws of that pocket. At least he has passed his yellow. He has still that problem of a yellow ball closer to your screen on the left because it is too behind Hazard's red. Now Caesar, for whatever reason he may believe that he can do combination shot here. Combination shot against the cushion? Not really. He simply wanted to play his ball away into space, but has played it from one problem position to another problem position. This is a frame which is now advantage Hazard. That is the better angle, which gives us opportunity to watch the entire table occupying the screen. Now Hazard trying to make this mighty comeback. Went 5 games down about 8 minutes ago. Momentarily ago, he pulled one back. He's trying to make it a second. If he finishes this red game, he will come within 3 games of Caesar and give himself at least a chance to put himself back in the game. He needs the whole of 10 games. Hazard, while Caesar needs 4 out of 13 to go, including this ongoing frame. He will now have to play maybe backspin, which he does. And it does brilliantly well, looking more effortless than it actually was. He will need the same shot, maybe same exact shot, and again backspin, just like that. Black will now be rolled to the corner pocket, closest to your screen on the left, which he also does, and instills more confidence in his fans at the venue, who have been silent for the last 30 minutes. After 19 frames, it is Hazard 12 and Caesar 17. After this coming frame, we shall have maybe the last break of the match. Once again, Hazard 12, Caesar 17. One of those few times when you see a player taking off a moment to have something of a bite when it's the opponent's turn to break. That's what Hazard is exactly doing. It allows you to calm yourself down.
Chairman, Mukono Bull Club in the building. We recognize your presence.
Now this is the Caesar break. He has 1 red ball potted and a well split pattern of the reds to Hazard's disliking. Seemingly, this one could be another game taken down by Caesar, this time by break and dish.
Rashai, you're in the VIP. Rashai, VIP.
And yet he goes for the yellows. A little bit of suspected decision for him to go for the yellows, but Caesar being Caesar, still never say never. He's now having only 1 relatively bad yellow ball, and yet it is the ball he's getting himself white for. It is a Super League brand of table. It is so welcoming when balls are ridden right against the cushion, and yet this time he misses. What Hazard needs for now is just to pot a ball, get himself white ball for the next, and then try and do what exactly Caesar has just failed. And the more Hazard gets to have chances to play in the table. Like this one, a chance which I didn't see coming. I have to take Caesar at fault, by the way. The decision to play the yellows Caesar was a little bit far-fetched. The reds were clearly better positioned. So sometimes too much confidence may become more of an effect than an advantage. Hazard has a chance to come within 2 games. Sorry. Within 4 games of Caesar. The more he puts the ball, the more he wins a game, the more confident he becomes. He simply needs to focus on each frame as he has it. This one is another he's clearly winning to make himself more confident, to try and put Caesar under more pressure. That is very good white ball balance. With the backspin off the cushion, aiming for black for the 13th time in this match. Out of the 30. It is Hazard 13 and Caesar 17.
13, Chandiga Caesar 17, rest of 21.
The body language of Hazard seems to have gone simply to have a breather for 2 minutes as Caesar waits for him on the table when he returns.
Tomorrow's program most likely
Then we
might
return
be
with
a
you.
team event and against the visitors. Team South Africa, Zimbabwe, Tanzania.
For now, ladies and gentlemen, this match remains poised at 13-17 after 30 frames played, with the guy that is on table, the guy that is Caesar leading the guy that is Hazard. Once again, it is a race to 21. Likes to play while opening up the would-be bad ball, something that he has just done now. And in one moment after the other, the game looks better and better every time he continues to play. Will he play? Will he defend? Sorry, he puts instead of defending. Now on 3 yellows, needing long-range target, which he normally will never ever miss, not in a final, not when against Hazard. Yes, he puts, seems to give himself a little bit of tricky white here. Is he going for the long-range target diagonally to the corner pocket on the top right? By simply rolling the ball, goes for less power and is pretty much on target. How little time he is taking. This one he is playing a frame at pretty much, I like to call Ganda speed. Up against the black for the 18th time from 31 games. Caesar 18, Hazard 13. And thank you guys who have for the whole of this week subscribed to the ATA platform to make this competition a success. The monies you've been paying on a daily, some of you did subscribe weekly, some of you did subscribe monthly. Yes, action is coming your way. You are not going to be cheated. There's even a bigger comp coming up than this one of your monthly subscription. Keep your fingers crossed. It is the same money that is going to pay these players their prizes, that has kept these players well traveled, well fed, well accommodated, and the money guaranteed for the top three. $3,500 shared between Caesar, Hazard, and Jerry. Jerry is third. One of these guys will be first, one second, in whichever the order, but most likely Caesar first, because he now needs 3, while Hazard needs 8 of 11 games. Something which doesn't really come all that often. Is it Caesar's sheer class with which he is leading? Is it the exposure and experience he has gotten from his advent of Morocco? He's gotten to play some of the players he's always dreamed to have as opponents in matches. I got a chance to speak to him when he was heading to the airport to go to Morocco. Did tell me, Caesar, that he dreamed to have a match on the small table against Chris Smelling. And in Morocco, the match did come. On the table, a very good shot has come the way of Hazard. He likes that kind of height, playing it off to cushions, opening up balls, or having it for his would-be bad balls. Where is the white going? I'm not so sure it is a legal shot. I'm not so sure the yellow ball did reach the cushion. The white definitely did not. Now the umpire is standing still, meaning that it is a legal shot played. Caesar with a chance to try and steal this frame away from the jaws of Hazard. And if even this game is lost by Hazard, you just get a feeling maybe he would be fighting for too little, too late. 5 games deficit in a long race against the guy that has the best long race record on the entire African continent. In Uganda, he has taken down Mansour Ibra Computer Kasozi, Ibrahim Kayanja, sometimes giving head starts to fellow good players, including Hazard himself, and many times, by the way. In Kenya, all the top players who have dared to play him have fallen victim even with head starts. In Tanzania, all the top players who have dared to play with him in their respective countries have fallen victims. In South Africa, besides Jerry, the rest have been beaten in their own home country. Jerry too has fallen victim to Caesar when Jerry had a rematch with him earlier this year. In Morocco, the country's best player did fall victim in a long race to 25. It ended 25-24 with Caesar winning. No player anywhere in the continent has a better money match long race performance than that guy, but there is one player who has better head-to-head statistics against him in long races, specifically against him, and that is South Africa's Jeremiah Naido. But this Ugandan in Hazard is demonstrating that while he is down, he is not yet fully out. Right now, up against the black to try and make it 14 for him. Out of 32, aiming for black ball number 14, which he knows and Caesar knows that Hazard will never ever miss from this kind of range. Black is sunk in, Caesar 18, Hazard 14. As umpire Henry Jokov racks frame number 33 out of a possible 41. The maximum number that we are left with is 8. Hazard will have to fight a fight of his life if we are to play the entire 8 frames, because from the 8, Caesar needs 3 and Hazard 6. The whole of 6. This match is already in its evening. The umpire will simply remove dust particle from the table. Good job, Mr. Umpire. As Hazard aims at the yellow to try and put the red, to try and close the table. And by the rules, the table is closed now. He is playing reds. A crowd definitely predominantly Ugandan, but a good number of Kenyans players and fans, by the way, who did travel to watch this competition. You can't believe fans whom I've normally been seeing at the Grand Mchana supporting and watching comps that side. I'm seeing them at the venue. A Kenyan commentator, a few people who are non-Ugandan but normally watch these competitions. Members of the Somali community living in Uganda are here at the venue. Believe you me, a few from South Sudan, by the way, and I'm just trying to be serious. And of course, the traveling Malvan Makonza from Zimbabwe and Jeremiah Naido from South Africa, respectively. Caesar now up against 6 yellows. What he's trying to do is something that he has done so many times before. Only that, such long races, every time that he has been playing them, they were one-off money matches. This one is a tournament. He is such a rare breed of player, Caesar Chandiga, a specialist in short races and long races, in tournaments and money matches, all alike. Nowadays, trying to venture into other disciplines where it is still a learning curve, but with the promise of big versatility as an officially able player, and also nowadays an ultimate pool player. In those disciplines, the best of him is yet to come. Actually, the English commentator Mark White says Caesar's style of play is one of a typical ultimate professional. That is the game opening shot, but the opening is just not enough because he only has a slight vision of his one and only yellow ball, if he can see it at all. Umpire Henry Joko will inspect if Caesar's request to play off the cushion is valid. That is the look of the umpire, and says that it is valid because Caesar has no sight of any of his yellow ball, and I'm meaning trying to play it in a straight line. He wants to play that yellow ball off the cushion, maybe try and put it to one of the corner pockets, Suspect that corner pocket closest to your screen on the right. These are shots normally he treats us to. He played actually the same shot during the last match of the trilogy between himself and Sejemba Ibra. That time it was the black, this time it is the yellow. The result was just almost the same, but this time slightly inaccurate. Advantage Hazard at least to play. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Sometimes you just ask yourself, what more can I do? Where on earth did the interception of the white ball by that red, which guided the white ball to the corner pocket, and yet Caesar takes another game from the jaws of Hazard. 19 for Caesar and 14 for Hazard. Rest to 21. Some discussion between the Caesar and the umpire. I'm not so sure. I don't want to agree with Caesar. It doesn't make any sense when you are in the lead, disorganizing yourself in the mind. Just let the game flow. It is to your advantage. Just let it flow. Whatever may have made you unhappy in prior times during the match, just let it pass. You have the match in your control. Don't think about outside interference. Just think about the match in which you need to win 2 out of 7, get your trophy, get your money, and wait for the next competition. Simple.
Thanks for choosing at least Opio Okenopo. Thank you. Our coordinator, social media, ATA. Thank you, Captain Ryan, Samantha Rogers, our technical team. We'd like to recognize the official representatives of Umpire Juko and the rest of the team of Advanced Talent. Thank you for choosing Ali Sports Club. Let's continue.
Again, Caesar to break. Again, he puts a ball. A yellow ball. Not the best split of the balls, but if he can get to put one yellow ball, be it one red, you think that he will be on here. And yet he has 2 yellow balls which are so faced directly to the corner pocket. Actually, he goes for the reds and misses. Advantage Hazard. Now up against this red game Hazard, he needs a reverse this year. He badly needs to win a game. You don't let Caesar win this frame such that he will need to win one of the remaining games. You are simply living dangerously. You simply are fighting a lost fight. This one is clear. The easier of the frames that Hazard will be winning in this competition, in this final. In fact, I will say if he doesn't make a clearance of this red game, then he will probably have no business trying to win this tournament. That is a lovely scene, having these players exchange chalk. Big rivals they are. I want to tell you this one for sure. Hazard is so concerned about the amount of love and seeming favoritism that Caesar gets from the fans. Sometimes he thinks that even the officials do favor him. Sometimes he thinks that even those involved in the sport have some kind of favors for Caesar. And it doesn't augur so well with him. And Caesar gets to know about that. That's why Hazard is one guy Caesar really loves to beat, and beat him hard. But Hazard is not one guy you will beat hard. Even when you beat him, He will never go down without a fight. And speaking of a fight, here he is now getting white ball for a second game in succession, which will be a 15th for himself. Which, if he puts the corner pocket, then now it will be
It's
2 to go for Caesar
19-15.
and
Chamila Caesar
6 to go
Scorpion
for Hazard
in the leading seat.
out of the
I'd like to
remaining
take
6 games.
recognition of all media
Hazard
personalities
15
from all media
and Caesar
stations.
19.
Thanks for showing up. It's the annual 18-man comp of the Advance Pool Talent. It's happening right here at Addis.
He's down, but not yet out. In the last 1 or 2 games, he has just reminded us of what his actual abilities are. And the fact that Caesar has not yet won while he is in the lead, Hazard gets to break. Will he pot? Yes, he does. Again, 1 yellow. Again, the yellows are positioned better. Again, he gets a round of applause from the fans of his at the venue, who are, of course, the fewer, but nonetheless, will continue to push him on as long as he stands a chance. This is the yellow ball. Hazard is trying to play to close the table as long as he rolls it to the corner pocket. Yes, he does. The table is closed. He needs to keep going and going and going. He knows it that if he doesn't finish this frame, Caesar will most likely be doing so. Therefore, there's one thing that he can do for himself for this frame is to make a clearance to win this frame by break and finish. With now 4 yellows on the table and an opportunity to come within 3 games of Caesar, with what will be 5 games to go, meaning that after this one, should Hazard win it, then he will be showing that it is pretty much clear that a comeback is very possible. How do you become even so confident like that when you're down, when you're in a final, when you're in a long race, and when your opponent is the best opponent that you can ever have at the moment? Moving the white ball off the cushion towards the midpoint of the table, giving himself accurate white for the would-be last yellow for himself, for Team Dice Lounge, who are his management team, for Roxbury, the team for which he plays, for a chance to play the black ball for the 3rd time in 3 frames. A match in which for most of the time he has been second best, but nonetheless showing us exactly what he can do when given chance. Wins a second, a third, a fourth. Hazard 16, Caesar 19.
Thank you so much. I'd like to recognize the presence of the players from Kenya. Collins, thank you so much for representing from South Africa. Green Machine, Jerry Gandagana. From Zimbabwe, Maluva. Thank you so much. I'd like to love of the game of the pool. Thank you so much. Thank you
A
so
maximum
much.
of 5 frames to go.
Thank you so much.
Maximum
Team,
5.
The truth
Of the 5, Caesar needs 2 and
so
Hazard
much.
needs 4. This is the break. Breaks have eluded Caesar just momentarily ago the last 2 times. How good will this one be? Hold on a minute. It is another dry break. Actually, he did put 1 yellow ball. Accept my apologies. The yellow game, in my opinion, looks the easier game. The player in the lead is the player on the yellow game, and he closes the table playing yellows. There goes Caesar, trying to respond to one visit with one visit himself. Never shy on attack. This time, while he continues to play as an obvious favorite because of the lead he's having and his obvious known qualities, his accomplishments in the game, Hazard is forcing Caesar to win only if he can play up to his very best, and I can only applaud Hazard for that, putting Caesar under pressure for most of the time, sometimes bringing a little bit of anger out of Caesar. With one yellow ball to go and a black ball which is there for the taking to the center pocket, maybe. Not so sure there is enough space between the jaw of the center pocket and the red ball. Maybe there was suspect game reading from Caesar. He has to cheat the pocket a little bit. It's called cheating the pocket by some of the players. Doesn't even need to cheat the pocket. Actually, there was space. Maybe the problem was with my camera angle. The result is the same. The leader is the same. The favorite is the same. The player in trouble is the same. The rest is the same. 21. 4 games to go. Hazard needs them all or else wait to receive his prize for coming second. Caesar 20, Hazard 16.
KPC, Seekers, Upper Volta, Club Roxbury.
This one is seemingly a very crucial time of this match, because the guy that is on table now has no more room to blink, no more room to lose a game, no more room to miss a shot. If he does, there is a seeming likelihood that his tournament would end in tears. And his facial expression is starting to look just a little bit worrying. Not an easy task on his shoulders. He's done it before, beating Caesar in a long race. But in a long race final with $2,000 at stake, he has not yet done that. And the only way he will be assured of trying to do the unthinkable, win 4 games in a row against Caesar, to steal a victory against him, would be most likely to try and win all of them, giving Caesar no chance to play. And yet he gives Caesar a chance to play. And yet Caesar is now on only these 6 yellows. The only problem yellow is the one closest to the white ball. If he sinks it in, then Hazard would realistically count himself gone. Caesar pots the one and only bad yellow. The end is in sight for Hazard. The victory is in sight for Caesar. It is at this moment that when you are close friends with Caesar, when you are family with him, you can try to think of what you will do as family for the $2,000 US. Never in a lifetime, in a generation, with $2,000 at stake, with such a chance, irrespective of how high he will have to aim the tip of his cue stick in order to aim for a shot, with time running, with him on the yellows which are looking seemingly good, will he miss a shot? Of that is, in a match of this magnitude, with a comp to win, a trophy right in front of him, with $2,000 to take home from playing pool, now only with 2 yellows to go, to make himself happy and his management team, his fans in the country and beyond. Those who normally flock the internet every time that he is playing games like this one, with a chance to add another accolade to the dozens of accolades he has won ever since returning to the country of Uganda, ever since playing semi-professional pool with Sharks Pool Club in Zambia in 2022, with a score to settle against Hazard, a guy that has defeated Caesar 5 times this year compared to Caesar's 4. And yet Caesar's 4 seem to be the most significant of them all this year. Having beaten Hazard in the bigger competition that they did face off in the final, Uganda's car competition, the final of the National Open Championship, Caesar finally gets to do a repeat of the same, this time a continental event where he faces Hazard in the final. Rolling that black ball very easily to the center pocket, that will be the last shot of the match and indeed the last shot of the entire tournament. Caesar has delivered as much as the Advanced Talent Agency in this 8-man comp, taking down Hazard, not so decisively, but conclusively. Champion of the 8-man comp that is organized by the OTA at Addis Sport in Kampala is Uganda's Caesar Chandiga. I thank you for subscribing to the platform and tuning in to watch, to support the talents of these players. On behalf of the ATA, I remain your commentator, Peter Chobe Live. I wish you a very wonderful rest of the evening, and may the Almighty God bless you.
We know that we promote talent. We have promoted the sport. We're a few months old, but we are getting there. It has been a struggle, struggling with network, struggling with the system. But today we found, I think today those ones who watched the last 15 games can bear up witness that we got one of the fastest networks. And online how people have had their piece. And we thank the technical team. They have been working tirelessly. I think many of you have seen them moving up and down. And to the players, we cannot express much more than what we have seen this week. Your humility, your discipline, we have not recorded anything bad about you. All we know that it's a journey of improvement, and all of you are improving every day. We know that some of our players have picked a leaf Those who have lost, I would only say hard luck, and obviously we expected one winner. On Monday and Tuesday, we had our first round. We had eight players. We had City, who is Cornelius Kigere. We had Kigere, Collins Kigere. We had Tania Caesar. We had Ukuma Hazard. We had Marvan Mukonza from Zimbabwe. We had Sejemba Ibra. We had Saif Ahmad. And all of them put up a spirited fight. I think the biggest margin was a 5-goal difference. I don't want to talk about the final. The final would only have gone away. So today, I want to congratulate Tanika Caesar upon your victory. It was a hard-fought match. I want to, in a special way, recognize the exploits of Hazard. Those who watched the games at the beginning, it's okay. The exploits were marvelous. To our boss, ATA director, we cannot thank you enough. On behalf of the players, I want to thank you. You have been on the touchline from day one, and we want to thank you for all you have done for us. Umpires, we can't thank you enough. You have done something amazing. Peter Chove, your poetry, your commentary electrified the whole online session, and we thank you so much. The technical team, Roger, Enoch, Josh, you did something wonderful. The management of Madden's sport, where in Uganda do you get such an environment? Where in Uganda do you get such an arena? I want to thank you so much for the input you're putting, the services, and where there were shortcomings, we know shall improve. And finally, as we crown this event, Mr. Kalimbala kindly talked to the people we invited. Today, we are going to give out medals. We shall start by awarding our referees. We shall award them with medals. Then we shall award the third position, who in this case goes away with $500. Then we award the second position, and finally we crown the champion. Yes. Going forward from today until the next 7 days, we expect a few battles here and there, a few challenges here and there. We expect that Jerry will have an exploit with Ibra. We know Maluva also will try to thump his chest harder to pick a fight against anyone. We know Saif is not yet done with anyone, and yet we know Tanika Caesar and Jerry will have to show us what they have. So expect more, and most probably we shall have it at Addis. So, Honorable Nyango, you are welcome. Your counterparts from Kenya, I'm sure you're both honorables. And on this platform, you're all honorables. In a special way, let's welcome an individual from the Pool Association of Uganda, the General Secretary of the Pool Association of Uganda, Paul Wasike. Yes. In the order, as our checks are being brought. As our checks are being brought. Team Caesar! Team Caesar, man! Team Hazard, Team The Truth, Team Drinkwater, Team Ganda Ganda, Team The Green Machine, Team Sejemba Ibra, Team Maluva. Yes, the players are hungry for their money. Where are our checks? We need our checks here. Yes, 2,000 US dollars rich. Let me have 3 players plus the officials, umpires. Yes, 1 more umpire. A photo with the 3 umpires and the 3. Yes, the mighty coach, you will award our umpires. Yes, Farida, we are looking for you, Farida. Then Honorable Onyango, you will award number 3, that is Jerry Gandaganda. Our Lady Maureen, you will award Lupoma Azali. And finally, the Secretary Pool Association of Uganda will take the honor to award the champion. Yes. Umpires Farida and Mr. Juko, kindly step forward. Kindly step forward.
Wow, wow. Ladies and gentlemen, before I give this award, on behalf of Kenya, on behalf of Nairobi City, I just want to tell you people that you have been very formidable hosts. We have enjoyed ourselves. We've been coming here, but I'm telling you, I didn't know Kampala is this hostable. I always know that Kampala is very volatile, but this time I'm telling you, when I go back to Nairobi, I will tell you, come to Kampala. You have been very happy people, very enjoyable. But before I finish, I want to tell you, end of this month, you are our neighbors. When you call upon us, we come. We are meant to come in 2 buses, but the short notice didn't allow it. 2 weeks' time, we are having the Michana International Open. I want to tell Ugandans, whether you have money, whether you don't have money, just find your way to Kenya, Nairobi. We'll take care of you. We'll take care of you. We'll take care of you. And in case, trust me, I'm talking with authority. Listen to this. I'm talking with authority. In case you have young players, who can't afford to take care of themselves for the Mchana International Open, talk to Chobe Live, I'll talk to my boss, and then we'll make sure they participate without any expenditure. Is that okay? Otherwise, ATA, this is a good concept. This is a good concept because we want players to make money, not just playing. We want players to make money. So in my opinion, ATA, don't give up. Push it, push it, push it. In Kenya, I'm telling you, if you look at your data, I'm telling you, you'll find so many thousands of Kenyans have subscribed, have paid to watch this. So ATA, please push it. In Kenya, we shall support you 109%. Thank you so much. All in all, thank you so much. The lady you are seeing here, sorry, I'm very sorry. The lady you are seeing here, she's called Maureen. The player you are seeing, BK, the player you are seeing, BK, was playing here. This is the wife. Because this is the wife. Because I know you Ugandans, you like taking people's wives. I know you Ugandans. So this one is taken. This is BK's wife. Otherwise, I'm very happy. Tomorrow, team, the rest of Africa against Ugandans. I'll be one of the players. You'll watch me here play. And I'm telling you, Ugandans, Ganda, are you ready? Yes. We are ready to face Ugandans, rest of Africa, tomorrow, 4 p.m. So if you're around, be here and watch. We'll be there to play. Otherwise, thank you so much, Chobe Life. We love you so much. Any day, I this spot. Any day I'm in Kampala, I will not miss to visit this place. We love you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Open your book, please.
Yes, next will be Honorable Nyango awarding Jeremiah. Right now, Big Poach.
On top of this, you see, these people have done a very good job. On top of this, I think I'll give them some money, and then I'll get back money from my manager. So this is 50,000 shillings. 50,000 shillings. Congratulations. So this is yours. This is yours. Congratulations. Congratulations very much. Mchana open the choppy line. Bring her. She will be one of the referees so that we and then this guy. Oh, top referee. Top referee. And just to say, Dante, come. This Dante, come. By the way, this is one of our top referees in Kenya. Dante is our top referees in Kenya. Please, with honor, I want you to award this with honor. I want to award this. This is a fellow referee. Award him also. Thank you. This is a very top referee in Kenya. You will see in China, he'll be a top referee. And also, I'll give him money. I'll give him money also. Give him money. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Otherwise, congratulations, Ugandans. We are happy. You are very good neighbors. We love you. We love you. We'll never forget you guys. Every time we will be here for you people. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, Honorable Onyango, please take the honor of adorning Jeremiah Greenidle with his prize. Jeremiah has a check worth $500 and a gold medal from ATA. The medal is there. Kindly take the honor. Yes. Congratulations, Jeremiah. Well played. The check is worth $500. I don't know it in Ugandan currency, but it's $500. Yes, and next will be Our Lady Maureen. Maureen will take the honor of decorating Mukoma Hazard. You will decorate Mukoma Hazard with a gold medal and a check worth Yes. Next, our one and only, our leader, the most respected General Secretary, Bull Association of Uganda, Mr. Paul Wasike. We thank you for blessing this event. I've seen him throughout the week, and yes, we thank him and the whole power team for all their support, technical assistance, and giving us a green light to run this event. Without them, we could not be what we are. They gave us the right to do this. They gave us the opportunity. That is Paul Wasike. Paul Wasike take the honor to crown the champion of Africa Super 8-Man competition, Chandigarh Caesar, aka the Scorpion. Caesar man! Caesar man! Caesar man! Congratulations, Chandigarh Caesar. It's worth $2,000. Caesar is $2,000 richer this evening. Yes. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. The online team, I'm sure you are following the proceedings. Yes, Peter Chove, I'm your boy.
Paul is my boss, guys. Thank you whoever has embraced this competition. One thing I like to say, for the first time, this tournament has seen these players facilitated, fed, accommodated. They did not pay a single penny for registration, and yet they have been paid with their prizes, $3,500. First time, thank you to the ATA. The next edition of the ATA AfroComp is coming in exactly 1 month in a country near you. Kenya, ATA inakuja.
DJ, I think we're good to go. Let's have the song.